Right, let's do a pike fishing video. Or any video. Not fished for ages. Not made videos for ages. It's about time I knocked one out. And knocked a video out for those of you with a strange mind. Up in legs. Fired a boat. And it's the last pike session really. I think they're all spawning in Yorkshire. Oh, I was near as damn it, so I thought I'd stay clear of Yorkshire. But I just want to go pike fishing. I've not come to an easy venue, but I've come to a venue that could throw up an absolute monster if I'm lucky. But I haven't come for that. I've just come for a nice day out. Weather's not bad. Still a little bit of snow on top of mountains, not much. But I'm going to get my head down and get fishing for a bit, and then we'll have a catch up in a little while. Got a bit of breeze going this way. I've only got electric engines on here. They're not exactly the fastest. So that's full speed. So what I'm going to do is I want to search some bays. This time of year you expect pike to be pushing into spawning bays, so there's a bay right at the top, so I'm going to give it a go. It looks fishy. I would imagine it's got right kind of depth, 10 foot and less, a bit of reeds and that, so I'm just going to go up that way and see what we can find, and we can work his way back down this way as we go. You're going to drift this way anyway, so I'll be looking for any reed lines. I'm not really looking to fish in deep water, unless I saw something, massive bait shoals. I'm going to be going over 40 foot now, 50 foot of water depth. If I see some bait shoals, then I might target it, blade jig style, but for now I'm just going to try and head for bays. I've only got one day. It's 8 o'clock now, fishing finishes at 4:30, so I've got 8 hours worth of fishing. So I'm going to try and spend more time around bays and that kind of thing. There's no point fishing open water, I don't even know pike there, so we'll go for bays. See what happens. So while I'm making my way up to this bay, just thought I'd have a little talk about softies and soft bait rigging. That's a gator gum 27cm. But any big soft flows like this, big shads and stuff, there's various ways to rig them. You can use your wire. I've got the triple swivels and split rings. It's not the prettiest thing, but it does a job. But I'm not really wanting to talk about that. What I want to sort of say is just a main tip. You see this front hook. This front hook wants to be near the head. You get a lot of head takes, so you want the first hook near the head. The back hook depends how far you want it back. Sometimes you want it quite far back because of nipping tails, but that sort of distance is fine. But what you need to remember, especially if you're using, you've got your clip here. I've got stay lock snap here. What can happen if you don't tidy this hook up before you cast? What happens is it hooks over on the cast and then gets caught on your clip, and then basically when you catch a fish, the pressure is all on the clip, and you can open up your clip. So especially snaps, various snaps, stay lock snaps and dual locks and cross locks and all this lot, it opens up. So all you need to do is just tuck one point in, tuck one point of your treble in. You've still got plenty stuck out. You need to make sure it's super sharp hooks, not rusty old ones like I normally have. You can leave your back one hanging if you want, but sometimes they do get tangled and swing around, so I just like to nick it in. They do come out all the time, but I just like to just tuck it in, just to keep it there. Some people like them hanging, but just be careful if your front hook is quite close, that it don't spin round and get caught on that. Now, it's not a massive lake, this one. Big enough for one person on the boat. I think there's a couple of boats on today. I think there's 4. I think he said possibly get some more. But I'm first on water, so I'm going to try and get as far away from the launch as possible. Although I have seen some fish caught on the launch, but it's crystal clear water. Probably baits might be the method on this place. It might see a little bit of action, but I'm just here for a bit of fun with lures and see what can happen. And like I say, it's a bit of a recce. See if it's doable for next year, and we're going to put a bit of a campaign on it next year. Well, not a campaign, but you know, do 2 or 3 trips and try for a big fish. But today it's just about getting out, possibly making a video if I don't delete everything afterwards, like I've been doing recently. But nice place, a little bit of a chop on, that could be good. A bit noisy. I forgot my other microphone, so it's a little bit noisy on this microphone with the waves lapping on the boat, but hopefully I'll have something for you to watch. Right, so I'm in this bay. It's 4 foot deep, 5 foot deep. Just over there there's the inlet from some kind of little stream, river, whatever. Feature to target, but it's really, really shallow, so hopefully there's something sort of sat lying here. But I've had a cast round already. Just a little bit of a search with a buster jerk, but nothing yet, so give it a little bit longer, see what happens. Could try, so I've got this big softy on, could try that shallow softy, but at least it's nice and calm up here, because this calm is just going to get all day. It's not really windy or anything major, but once I get out into more open water, a little bit more wind, but it helps you get a nice little drift on, so you can find this little spot and then sort of position your boat and then drift along. Just keep casting and covering water. Try and cover like I mean this bay's all 4 and 5 foot, but try and, if you can cover like a margin, you know, a line of reeds or something, if your boat will drift along it. It's only if wind helps you, but try and use it to your advantage. You can drift open water, but just out of this bay it's 40 and 50 foot deep, so I'm not really targeting that water. It's too much. I'm not seeing anything in it, so I'm not going to waste my time there. I'm going to try and concentrate on edges. Like I said, today I'll probably fly by. I'll probably not cover half of water. I started at wrong end. Now I've got up here, I'm thinking I should have started at the other end where the wind's blowing into, but I can always go down there later. And buster jerk, yeah, great little search bait. Just picking up a bit of weed there, a bit of leaves, not a bomb. A great search bait, you know, you can jerk it as usual, get it doing that side to side, but just crank it in, speed it up, slow it down, and it just comes in like a bit of an S shape. That works just as well, you know, especially for finding fish. You might get a follower or a bump and it, you know, just gets the attention of something. And then you know there's fish there, and then you can try other tactics, you know, nice and steady, slow retrieve of something, a softy or something, or even just a nice steady jerk of a buster jerk. But you don't have to jerk, we're not, you know, little jerk baits like this, we're not all for yanking it in, you know, giving it all this all the time, and you don't have to do that all the time. You can just sometimes just wind it in, let that low just search, gives off a little bit of flash, and you know, it does rattle a little bit. Sometimes when I'm boat fishing, I like to get sorted, get all my gear and everything. Get off. Get all my gear in the boat, get out, make sure everything's working, and then first job, have a nice brew. Other times I try to catch the first fish and then have a brew. I think today I'll just have a brew because I think it's going to be tough. If I see a fish, that's a result. Catch a fish, that's a major result. I don't know anything about this place. Oh, I do know something about this place, but I haven't done any homework. I've not looked at the bays. I've not looked at what's been coming out recently. I've not looked at, you know, I've not asked about. I just come and fishing. Lovely scenery. On my own, with all my best mates. On my own. I do like to be on my own. I'm a bit of a loner sometimes. I do enjoy it. You can fish with people. some people. But I do like my own company sometimes. I can just pleasure myself, so to speak. Just searching. I know it's going to get a little bit deeper, we're just drifting into 6 foot of water now, so keep searching. Yeah, there's an early bite on somewhere before the sun gets up properly. It's not going to get blue skies or anything, so it's going to be cloudy all day, so that should help us. Just need to find some fish. I don't know where they'll be. Try the bays. If this bay don't work, there's another little bay up there. I'm going to go straight to that one. Reed line along it. It's not a massive place. I should cover a lot of the bays and that today. Oh, pike! Yeah, follow. Yes. This sort of size, follow. I was too busy talking and not switched on, and I brought my load out of water too much. But I got just had a follow, so that's good. That's the result. That's not annoying, is it? Pike. Yeah, a nice little fish that. That's 5 or 6 pounds, something like that. And I should have been switched on, like I said. YouTube mode talking. Camera's not on straight. YouTube mode talking, so I wasn't really watching, but just as the low came up to the top and I lifted it out far too quick, and like I said, missed a fish, but well, that's a start, that's good. So I've got, at least I didn't miss one of the monsters, but I missed a fish. That's a good start. I've got seen something, so nothing following this time. So where am I? Little reed line. That tree, 5.6 feet. So I'll try and cover all this area properly. Search with busters, see if I can get another. If you can search with softies, I do like soft plastics. You can search with softies. It's often a little bit of a slower approach. But like that, you just fished all the way up there in that really shallow water. Didn't get a follow or anything. Just moved into 6 foot, 5.5, 6 foot water, and I've got a follow. Bust a jerk. I'm fishing it quite fast. If you fished it low and slow, it's like I say with people when they go perch fishing and they go drop shotting. Drop shotting in a new water, it takes you ages to cover the water. So I've covered it fast with a crank or a bigger shad. You're not necessarily going to catch more fish. You'll get that reaction strike. You're covered in water and you need to find something in which. Oi, what was that? What was that? I thought it was just weed or something, but yeah, you're covered in water. That's what you need to do. And as soon as you get that first bump, or like I say, you might hook a fish straight away. That pike might have lunged and grabbed and I'd have hooked it, but as soon as you catch that first fish, that's when you can start changing tactics and trying different lures and making covering the water with other things. Stream up here, so bit of running water coming in. My heart went then when I had a little first bump. Probably just a little bit of weed or something, or a branch or something. It wasn't a proper bump or anything like that, so I don't think it was a fish. You just get yourself excited. I've seen a fish now, so I know there's a one pike in here. Jerk baits as well, some jerks and glides and stuff, so I can give those a go. What else have I got? Tail baits. I've only got usual pike stuff, stuff I use on rivers. So I've got some stuff to fish a bit deeper, but I'm not going to fish deep, I don't think. I'm going to fish areas where I can cover it with a jerk bait, 4 to like 12 foot depth sort of range. If I find anywhere like that, I'm going to be fishing it. Got my big XL grubs. Let's have a pike now. Let's have a pike. Good thing about these little electric engines, just drifting close to the margin there, 3 foot. Just stick it on a slow speed, point it forward. You carry on fishing while you're doing it. You're not going to be fishing while you're going at speed, but use it just to point you into wind or something and hold you in position. You know, the fancy GPS and spot lock and all these on these new electric engines are awesome. If you can afford that sort of thing and you've got a boat, then it's you know, it's well worth its money. But just a simple electric engine like that, forwards and backwards, really good. There's no petrol engines on here, but if you did have a petrol engine, it's just not as easy to control yourself. A bit more depth here. So it's all learning. I need to figure out what this. I've got a little map which shows me a basic guide to the depths, but I'm gonna look for little things. It looks like there's a bait ball on the bottom, something. Makes sense. A little inlet there. Is it weed? Bit nippy. Back home this week it's been like 15 degrees, 14, 15 degrees, really warm. That's why I didn't really fancy piking around my own waters. I think they're probably spawning. Yeah, I knew it would be a little bit cooler up here, and when I was driving here this morning it was 2.5 degrees, so